Stories come from interviews. Part 1, your basic questions. You've already done a lot of this already, so hopefully this will be a quick review for you before we get into the production process next month. Recording the interview. Although it has not been a requirement here at Tri-City and the Eagle Flyer to record the interview, best practices say that you should always audio record an interview. If your school newspaper has any desire whatsoever to begin to write real news articles, then it is not acceptable to write direct quotes on a notepad during the interview. Tape recorded or audio recorded quotes are the best protection against accusations of inaccurate reporting, misquoting, and quote denial. Also, the recording device should be as small as possible so the subject barely notices it during the interview. It is a staff policy that all reporters keep either a mini tape recorder or a digital recorder. Digital audio is to be downloaded and kept on file. Back up the digital audio file if the computers that are used to produce the paper are not on a school network. Most school networks back up work at least once every 24 hours, so there is not as much urgency to back up audio files. We do not do this at Tri-City. It would be a great idea for someone to start putting that into policy and practice. When interviewing over the phone, always ask permission before you start recording, and always confirm the permission on tape after you start recording. Here's your suggested script. This is Deshaun Berger interviewing Sam Focus at 3:30 on 9/18/2013. You've given me permission to record this conversation. Is that correct? Reporters should always double-check any name in an article for accuracy. End every interview by expressing your thanks for the interviewee's time and help. We're going to go over basic questions, questions for interviewing an eyewitness, interviewing an administrator, or interviewing a famous person, celebrity, or author. So your basic questions. What is your full name? Obtain the spelling, check the spelling, and double check the spelling. Age, residence, where else have you lived, current occupation, and for how long? Interviewing an eyewitness, someone who was there at the event that you're covering, or someone who experienced something that you want to cover. So here are your questions. What were you doing or planning on doing at the time of the event? Did you witness the entire event? How did it begin? How did it end? In your own words, what did you witness? Interviewing an administrator, so someone who's in charge of the school. So what was your first response to the event? What will you do to help prevent/continue the action in the future? And how did you involve other staff members and administrators in the event? Finally, interviewing a famous person, celebrity, or author. Your questions are, was this occupation what you wanted to do from the beginning? What led you to this career? How do you like life in the limelight? Would you prefer not to be famous? Is life in your household normal? How is your family handling everything? When interviewing someone well-known, be sure to research the person's career. Try to ask something new, something a typical interviewer wouldn't ask. Stay away from gossip and personal information that the general public is already talking about. Wasn't that a nice short video? Go take the test at Socrative.com, room number 910318.